Welcome back, baby.
Woo!
We're back, man. Second episode of the year already. This year's blowing by.
It's fast,
She is almost over,
right?
Feels like.
You staying consistent?
Yeah, man. I haven't started yet. I'm waiting. I'm waiting a couple days and I'm gonna get going. I'm gonna get the resolutions going. Welcome back to the Adulthood podcast, volume 92, Sunday, January 12th.
112.
Thank you for our listeners, our subscribers. If you guys want to call, leave a text message. Do we get text message? No, we get DMs.
We get DMs.
347-378-9423.
Boom.
And there's DMs. I'm Ian Lara, DJ APM, Carmen, and Johan. The full gang in the building. Somebody sent me something on TikTok where it was like a gay guy was talking about the horoscopes, right? He was just going in like talking about like, he's like, cause Pluto right now is in Virgo, so that means that, you might be a little chilly today.
Okay.
Shit like that.
It
was like a 3-minute dialogue he was having by himself. And I'm watching this and I'm thinking like, yo, nothing he is saying, there's absolutely no scientific proof in anything he's saying. Yet he's saying this with so much conviction. Like it's true.
I get first of all, my TikTok is like how men get porn on Instagram, women get astrology videos.
Men are getting porn on Instagram?
Whatever. Saucy pictures on Instagram.
Like a bikini? That's porn now? What are you, a Republican?
What?
That's a nice little photo. We can't look at a butt now without being called perverts?
Whatever. Okay. My point is I get a ton of astrology videos and there are so many people who make a career out of 5-10 minute videos, all that exact thing. Like it is a full industry at this point. And I catch myself in my circles getting caught up in it. Like I guarantee you at this dinner I'm going to 30 minutes on astrology.
And you send it out? Like, do you send these clips to like, did you see this?
It's more like everybody's got an opinion on why they fucked up at work because Mercury's in retrograde.
It's
whatever.
always in retrograde.
Episode 1.
That's episode 1.
Also, my question is, hypothetically speaking, let's say I made one of these videos. Is there any way to confirm or disapprove anything I'm saying? For example, if I made a video right now and I'm like, what is this, Capricorn season?
I think we're still in Sag.
Oh no, we're in Sag season.
We're still in Sag.
If I was like, yo,
right now,
Sagittarius right now, Venus is in Sagittarius right now. So expect a lot of like your work relations. There's gonna be a little conflict at work because when Venus is in Sagittarius, a lot of times you can't really get the Sag like how you really wanted to. But if you a Virgo, right now, the Earth is on its axis. So the Earth is pointing more towards the Capricorns. So if you have any type of business deal with like a Capricorn and you a Virgo right now, I would probably like go through with the deal.
Look, you're going to get likes, but there are people in the astrology community who will be like, that's not true. Like there are conferences for that.
Can't I just be like, you're not true?
I guess.
And then what?
I think we're in that environment,
science doesn't back up anything they say.
Hold on.
So if we are able to debate it, why can't I just be like, if they'd be like, that's not true. And I'll be like, well, you're saying it's not true. What now?
Damn.
Can we just clip? Are we clipping that? That's the clip.
Of course we're clipping
that.
You
got to do the daily horoscope.
Maybe I'll give horoscopes.
Honestly, bro, you got to do
great news.
I think that's what you got to do. Right?
I feel like they're winging it, so I'll wing it.
Well, I actually had an astrology related topic on here. Tomorrow, this episode comes out the 12th. Tomorrow is the first full moon of the year.
But that's what I was saying, because Sagittarius was in Venus. So a lot of times because Venus has Venus is like next to Saturn or it's like nearby, and Saturn has the ring. So if you feel like you like a little moody, it's a lot of times because of the ring, and you ain't got a ring because you can't get a man.
Because it's ascending.
Yeah. So
it's ascending.
A lot of that stuff makes sense.
I mean, it's A to B in my head.
You gotta do the weekly horoscope, bro.
Maybe I'll do a weekly horoscope if the people want it.
You gotta do the weekly horoscope.
Okay, well, on the topic of the new moon, or full moon. So there are new moons, full moons. Full moon, obviously, you can see the whole thing in the sky. And the astrology practices, I got a slice of this at yoga and was not asking for it. But apparently, the full moon signifies completion, fertility, abundance, and transformation. So are you guys seeing any of that in your life right now?
I do feel trans a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel transformed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it was the moon, but I definitely do feel trans.
Yeah, that's for sure. I definitely feel abundant.
Abundance. I was gonna say you look a little abundant.
Yeah, I'm feeling real abundant. I came in abundance.
I was gonna say you look abundant.
But, yeah, that's a Fendi.
But I mean, what are we
astrology.
doing here? I mean, is this like people are? I mean, you run into girls, they swear by this stuff.
I have some friends who have gone fully off the ledge with it.
They've been radicalized by the.
Oh, fully. Again, at this
Astrology.
dinner tonight, I'll get 30 minutes on it. Yeah.
You should tape it.
We should bring them on an episode.
Yeah, you should tape it.
You would laugh out loud. Yeah, okay.
But I'm like, because it's fun to follow, right? Like some people send me stuff. I follow a page that's like, I'm a Virgo. They're like Virgo. I think the page is like Virgos be like.
Oh, okay.
And it sends you funny stuff, which a lot of the stuff I'm like that of the Virgo.
That's how I feel about being a Cancer. Is I'm like, Jesus. Like I feel
Are you a July Cancer or a June Cancer?
July Cancer.
When?
July
what?
3rd.
No.
Yeah, I have a great birthday.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's always off work because it's the 4th.
Okay. No
Yeah.
wonder. I can feel your vibes. I match up very well with Cancers.
You're a Pisces?
No, I'm a Taurus.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Apparently Tauruses are supposed to be my ideal
Match.
romantic partner.
Yeah.
So I'll keep that in
To
mind.
Cancer?
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of times when I think Mars goes into Cancer, that's like probably the best season
That's the
for
time.
love.
And then I'm a Cancer moon.
Oh yeah, because like that
Wow.
means like at night, because the moon comes out at night.
And that's
But
what
sometimes you can see it in the daytime.
sometimes.
So you got to be careful because sometimes you see the moon and you think I should do business at night, but it's like one of those daytime moons.
You got to
that you can
reverse
see.
it.
So you should do business in the daytime.
But that's why my feels go up at night
Yeah.
because of the moon.
All
And
of your astrology has just the timing of business deals.
Isn't that all astrology is? Business deals and love?
Yes, it
That's
has.
all it is.
Literally.
It's business deals, love, and family. That's the only three things.
I guess.
But except on today, on the 12th, it's fertile. You're very fertile. So I would probably use condoms or birth control today.
Or pull out.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the,
Well, I don't know, because you're very fertile today. I
That's
wouldn't
true.
even risk
That's
it.
true. Definitely.
Because-
Don't even roll. Don't roll the dice
Yeah.
unless you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got some calls, right?
That we do. We have
Get some calls.
2 separate calls.
I'm answering everything with astrology today, by the way.
You're giving readings.
Great.
I'm giving readings.
Hey, Adulthood. I'm having trouble taking the next steps in my career because I'm scared of rejection. During the COVID-19 pandemic, I was rejected from over 1,000 jobs in my field. I had just
1,000?
graduated college, top of my class in art, media, and design. It was hard working so hard and not getting the career I always wanted and dreamed of. I was rejected so often, I decided to settle for something less. I've gotten comfortable in the routine of my position and just reached 2 years, but it isn't something that I'm passionate about. I'm scared I might have missed out on my dream of being an artist. What would you do in my situation?
I mean, listen, if you get rejected by 1,000 jobs, I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe it's you. I don't know. I think if we added up all of the jobs, there's 4 people in here. If we added up all the jobs we've been rejected and times it by 4, I don't think we would hit 1,000 rejections. She had that just during the COVID-19 season.
Pandemic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 is a lot.
No, it's a lot, but at the same time too, like what kind of rejection? Because if you're just like applying online, your resume is not even getting looked at by humans. You know what I'm saying? So you're getting rejected by AI. So like
Also,
it's tricky.
She graduated, she graduated at the top of her class. I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Then she said in art,
But art, media, and design?
which, well, that could be computer stuff, right?
What exactly did you graduate with?
I think it was art and media design.
Art,
Yeah,
media,
that's
design.
computer stuff, right?
Yeah, I think graphic design.
Yeah, graphic
Yeah.
design.
Maybe she should come work for me.
That's a fact.
I need a graphic
Yeah,
designer.
and that's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, you can still. First of all, you got to get paid. So you did the right thing. You're not out here just like, I'm not gonna do nothing until I land the dream job. Like, that's cool, but you got responsibility. So respect to you for like taking that initiative and actually getting the job. At the same time, too, it's 24 hours in a day. You can still work on whatever your passion projects and like don't lose that muscle of creating. Still create on the side, and you can get a job at Ian Lara.
Yeah, send me your resume. I'll look at it. It'd be fun.
And-
I rejected too.
And,
What?
and your work.
I add to the rejection. It's like, look,
Yeah, send your
this is
portfolio.
no good. No, look. I feel that you need money. I'm not one of these starving artists. I shout out to the people who moved to New York or Los Angeles and slept on a sidewalk for 6 years.
Shout out.
So they could land a role on All My Children, and then they became big movie stars. Shout out to you guys. That was never me. I was never gonna do that. I'm not a starving artist. I need to be able to eat and I need to be able to sleep on inside.
Yes.
You know, call me a diva. But I like to sleep indoors, you know? So when I was pursuing the arts, I wasn't one of these people that's like, I'm just gonna sleep in the sewer until somebody recognizes me. So, but that means you're gonna work twice, right? That means you have to have 2 lives. Right? You gotta have a professional life where you earn money, and then you have to have an artist life. So the thing that you miss out on is sleep and rest. I bargained that. I had a day job and I was doing comedy at night. So rest wasn't a huge thing. Not to say that I was, not sleeping at all, but on a lot of days when I worked at the airport, I used to, if I was doing a double, I would wake up at 5 a.m. to be at work at 6 and work from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. at the airport. And at 7 p.m., I would get in my car, change in my car, drive to the city and do about 3 open mics. So I'd be done by like 10.
It's a long day.
Yeah, get home at 11. Get home at 11, go to sleep. 11:30, maybe 12, do it again the next day at 5. I wasn't doing that every day, don't get me wrong, but I was doing that a couple times a week. That's what it took though. Look, my first year working at the airport, I made like $26,000. So I was not by any means like killing it, but it was just enough where I could buy food if I was hungry and I could buy a pair of sneakers if I wanted. I could, do those little things. I wasn't giving up everything for the arts, even though as much as I love it. So I recommend that, like, work. You got to earn your money. Don't be out here don't go chasing waterfalls.
Stick to the lakes and the rivers like you used to.
Right. That's a wise group once said that,
Yep.
Which that's good advice. I think a lot of time we be encouraging people like to pursue their dreams.
And do it. No. Gainfully employed. You know what I mean? Like to add to your wisdom, I'm like, I'm not gonna be couch surfing. I'm not gonna be living with people to people. It's just like, hold on, I got like OCD about things. Like make a living so you could provide for yourself and then stay creative. And then like you were saying, sacrifice. Like there was plenty of times too, it's just like, you know what? I'm not going to brunch or I'm not hanging out with friends. I'm not doing this. It's just like because I'm working full time. And I'm chasing this goal, So you got it. And stay consistent with your work. Like if it's digital media, put some out every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, that I feel like digital media, if that's your thing, like computer media stuff, there's a lot of avenues for that. Like, I have people who hit me up every day, literally just cold call, DM me every day, cold call, email me every day, who work in digital media, who in some capacity like want to work with me, and like they're like, let me edit your clips, let me edit this, let me edit that, and I've given opportunity to some of them.
Yeah.
Which, the thing. So I feel like with digital media, there's like a lot of opportunities for you to be doing that.
Yeah.
But some people, some people want to be artists. Like some people want to be artists, and she graduated at the top of her class, so I'm sure she's great, obviously, because she went to a place where everyone want to be artists and graduated at the top. So obviously she's better than most people.
Yeah.
But some people want to be artists, and I'm like, listen, what you really need to do is you need to make a profile on LinkedIn, upload your resume, maybe go on Indeed and get a job, because the arts is not for everyone.
It's not for you.
Right? And I want you to have health insurance.
Yeah.
So in the spirit of you being able to see a doctor when you get sick, upload your resume on LinkedIn.
There's nothing wrong with that.
We'll talk about the arts later.
That's called sound advice.
Right. Look, sometimes I feel like I gotta be a dad to a lot of people because maybe they don't have a dad, their dad ran out, their dad got another woman, their dad's dating a girl that's younger than you, so you don't speak to your dad, So I feel like I have to come in and tell them, like, listen,
make your bed.
Go on Indeed.com, upload a resume, and cross your fingers that you're not homeless for the second part of 2025.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And some people are gonna be like, that's dream killing. But I don't think it's dream killing.
No, man. Like, honestly, what is it?
Dream.
Indeed, LinkedIn, and just Google, get a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, listen, I'm sending you, people be like, that's dream. I'm sending you to Indeed and LinkedIn. I could send you to Craigslist, because that's where some of y'all belong. A lot of y'all belong on the solicitation.
Oh, the classified.
Yeah. But I'm trying to get y'all to do right.
Yo, I haven't been on Craigslist in like 10 years. Son.
Oh my
That's
God. I got
crazy.
fucking scammed on Craigslist.
You
No, you did.
I gave this
So-
man $8,000.
Oh,
Yup.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait, hold
yeah.
on, hold on. You got scammed out of $8,000?
Okay, so when I was looking for my second apartment in the city and I was moving in by myself, like I had a roommate and I was making a decent amount of money at my sales job and I was like, I kind of want to try living by myself.
Sure.
I was living at home in COVID. Like this was when it was like Red Cross boats in the river. Like I was
Yeah.
like, I'm out of here for a few months.
Yeah.
So fake New Yorker, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm at home. And so I'm
Did you drive or fly?
Oh, I flew. N95, yeah, that I like quarantined in my basement. That was like early days COVID.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking for apartments online because I obviously can't tour them myself. And I had found my first apartment on Craigslist and it was totally legit. So I just thought that was like a street easy, whatever. So I'm on there. I connect with this man. This place for $1,600 a month. Top floor penthouse, hot tub, 2 bedrooms.
$1,600 a month.
Yeah.
I thought
Hot
this
tub?
hot tub.
Can we pause right there?
I know. No, I know.
Let's just go down the description. You speak. Yeah.
All this to say, like, it started with you got to send me an application fee to get it started. Again, every apartment has an application fee, no problem. It was like probably $50 or $100, no problem. Set up my PayPal with him, no problem. Then, in order to secure the apartment, it's first month's rent, security deposit. I mean, I was literally out $8,000. The thing I want to say about my friends,
I'm surprised this guy didn't ask you for nudes for the apartment. I'm surprised he didn't say that the third step is I gotta see you naked because since it's the penthouse,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of people
360
looking.
view.
So I need to see how you're gonna be looking when you walk in naked in the apartment.
Was this back home or in New York?
I was home. This was a New York apartment in the East Village.
Did
Like
you
it's a
were-
real apartment. They just stole the photos.
That you were applying for when
Yeah.
you were moving
Do you
back?
ever wonder? Did you ever research how much is that real apartment? worth?
I just thought because rent prices were so fucked up.
So
in
you thought they was
COVID,
giving it away for
a-
95% less than what they usually
a penthouse?
I didn't know. And here's what I have to say to you guys and all of my friends at the time is everybody's like, Carmen, you're so stupid, whatever.
Sure.
I can't tell you how many people were talking about renting out the second bedroom from me, what they were bringing to my house party,
Oh, wow.
what hours we could have the hot tub. Everybody was invested in me getting this property.
Carmen, I'm a born and raised New Yorker. If you call me and tell me that you have that you're gonna live in a penthouse for $1,600, I'll say that's a crack house.
I'm hanging up the phone.
They're dealing crack out of that complex that they're telling you that you're gonna live in.
I would never call you stupid. I would just want you to go down everything that you just said and just think about it. Like,
Yeah, and I felt that when I took it to the NYPD, and obviously, like when I got back, I was like, I'm taking matters into my own hands. Like,
You're like Erin Brockovich.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
I was not as hot at the time. But anyway, I like roll in. I give the officer my statement. It's like these two like huge Italian dudes. I mean, they literally.
They're like, "What are you?"
Did they start
fucking-
laughing?
Yeah, like
Who you
officer
fucking think you
Soriano and
are?
Morticella, whatever. But they literally laughed in my face.
No.
So, yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. Did you know anybody in New York at the time?
Oh, I slept on this guy's couch for like 3 weeks and got my shit together. And
No, I'm talking about before.
What
Like
guy?
when you were looking. Like
The guy.
What?
Who's the guy? Like
Just a
friend?
guy friend. Yeah, who was generous.
Before, like when this came up, did you run it through like a New York filter, or did you not establish?
It was almost like I was afraid to bring up the actual logistics to my friends. And then I finally showed my guy friend whose couch I slept on the WhatsApp. And he was like, are you fucking kidding? Like, he was like, you can't be serious. So I called the guy. He said he was British. Obviously sounds, I'm not going to say his ethnicity, but he didn't sound British. And I was
What did he
over it.
sound?
To
Asian?
the
No.
impression.
No.
Jamaican?
No, it was like certainly an African accent of some sort that
You
I
got
didn't.
scared
Oh,
by
but there's a lot of Africans in Great Britain.
But
You're right.
There is.
they couldn't trace the PayPal or anything.
They didn't. The cops didn't give. They've got bigger fish to
So
fry.
you lost that money?
$8,000 out
Oh.
the window.
$8,000?
$8,000.
Damn.
That's a new set of titties.
I know.
I just,
Damn.
I could be
That's a
sitting here and you guys
giveaway.
wouldn't know what to do with yourselves. Yeah.
Damn.
$8,000 is a lot. You just wrote it off?
Yeah, I'm young and I fucked up. Again, this is when I worked
That's
in
a good
tech.
attitude.
Yeah.
though.
I was working in tech.
so
Now,
you thought
if
you
that
were gonna
happened
be a
to me,
millionaire?
I would jump off a roof.
No,
Yeah.
but you also had the bread to just like, it was kind of like, it wasn't
I mean, no one has
disposable, but-
$8,000 to lose though. That's
Nobody, no matter how
Nobody.
rich you are, you shouldn't be losing $8,000.
Damn.
Also, the last detail of this story is when I was initially messaging him, I was like, can I see proof of ID to like match up the name? You know, I was like really trying to do by my P's and
diligence?
Q's. And he sends me this passport, James Gardner. And obviously it was a stolen passport, but the person whose passport he stole is the owner of the Gitano restaurants and clubs that are in like New York, Miami, and Tulum.
Yeah.
So I reached out to the owner and I was like, hey, somebody's rolling around with your stolen passport scamming people. And I have free access for life. Like I can get a table there, no
What
problem.
did he say? What did he say?
He was like, thank you so much. Like I lost my passport in Miami last year and like blah, 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 blah. Like, thank you for flagging this. He got a PI on it. And like, I never heard back from him, but he's like, just say your name at any Gitano and you're.
Have you tried it? We should put this
Yeah,
to the
Yeah, I went to the garden in New York and then I'm going to Mexico next year. So hopefully.
That's what you paid $8,000.
2026?
Or I guess this year, 2025.
Oh, I was
sorry.
going to say.
That's what you paid
In
$8,000
fall of
for.
this year. Yeah.
Yeah. You basically paid $8K for a lifetime.
That's what I'm saying. I basically
Yeah.
just bought a table.
Okay,
So
yeah.
I recently almost got scammed recently, but I caught it. I catch it because it's hard to scam me. But I got hit up. I got an email to my business page too, which is like that's generally more. But then I realized that I have it on Instagram, so I think that's where the scammers go,
Totally.
like to hit me up. But I got hit up by Fashion Nova. And previously I had gotten hit up by Shein, like a real representative of Shein, like hit me up and was like, hey, and it was at Shein, like email at Shein.com. And he was like, you know, we want you to be like an ambassador for us. Like we'll send you like 10 pieces of Shein, like 10 articles of clothing. You know, it's worth like $6. You know, we'll send you everything we got, the whole warehouse, you know, and for free. And you just post it and just tag us in it. And then we'll also send you some like money too for like, we'll give you a discount code. If people use it, we'll send you money. Like it was a traditional deal. I didn't do it because I was like, I live in New York. I can't be walking around in Shein because it gets cold and your clothes melts.
Literally.
You know?
No disrespect.
Right, yeah, I don't want your clothes melting while I'm wearing it.
While you're wearing it.
So I couldn't do the Shein thing. Although Shein does have some nice things. Like Shein has some, you know what Shein has for good for men? Like a lot of like good vacation
Vacation
stuff.
I was
clothes.
gonna say I've been
swimwear.
swimsuits
One-
from Shein.
Yeah,
One and
swimwear.
done.
Yeah.
One and done.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
good. Yeah, wear once and then burn them.
Yeah.
I think you could use the ashes. I think you could light your fireplace
Yeah, for sure.
with the ashes from
Burn
the clothes.
after wearing.
So then the Fashion Nova guy hits me up and he's like, yo, you know, we love your style, whatever. We want you to be a Fashion Nova ambassador for Fashion Nova Men or whatever. And I do a little, and originally I'm like, nah, well, I'm gonna be a Fashion Nova Man. But then I see there's like a lot of dudes who are doing like Fashion Nova Men. Like it's a lot of like
It's a thing.
actors and like rappers. So I'm like,
It's a
okay.
thing.
I hit him back. I'm like, yo, so what's the offer? And if I remember correctly, he was like, basically, you give us 3 posts, I think a month. We're in Fashion Nova and tag the brand. You do it, you produce it all. Like you get a photographer, you do whatever. You give us 3 posts a month, and we'll give you $5,000 per post.
I mean,
Which is not crazy. That's not to people would be like $15,000 a month. That's not it's not crazy for what you get paid for influencer shit like that.
yeah.
So I wasn't like, yo, it's crazy, but I also was like, look, for $15,000 extra a month, I'll be a Fashion Nova man. For $15,000 a month, I'll be a Payless man.
You might
I'll
go
be a
back to
KY
Shein.
Jelly man. If you, I'll go into the lube business. If you send me $15,000 a month, I'll promote it. So I'm like, yo, this sounds good. I'm like, yo, send me over the contract. And he goes, no problem. I'll send you over the contract. He said, but first, before he sends you over, he's like, you just got to pay shipping and handling on your first package. He was like, because we had a lot of people, what they do is we hit them up, they agree, we send them the package, and then they don't do the post. So just to make sure we don't lose out on this, you just pay shipping and handling for your first package. I'm like, all right, cool. How much shipping and handling? He was like, you can pay with a credit card. Nah, it wasn't crazy. He was like, you pay with a credit card, it's like $100 or whatever. I was like, that seems like a lot for shipping and handling. I was like, that's more than everything in your warehouse.
In your warehouse.
But
Combined.
but he was like, yeah, and I was like, that doesn't seem like it, but I'm still thinking about it. Then I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, let me double check this. I look at the email. it's like Jerry Fashion Nova at gmail.com.
Jesus.
But it was like Jerry dot Fashion Nova at gmail.com. So I thought it was it confused. I thought it was at Fashion Nova. It was a Gmail thing.
Yep.
And then I don't say nothing, and I see that he like, this is within like 30 minutes. He follows up. And I'm like, wait a minute. This guy's too eager. Yeah, he's too eager to get into it. He follows up. He's like, yeah, just send over the credit card information so we can get the whole thing processed.
Oh, wait, they didn't even send you a link? You had to send your information?
Yeah, I was like, come on.
So
you gotta wake up earlier in the morning to get me on this.
That's the thing. They be trying to get people on the hopes because, like, God forbid you was in the need of that 15,000. Like, damn, 15,000. And it's just like when you need that bread, and that's when it hits you like, hey, you got opportunity. It's just like,
yeah. And to be fair, I have gotten real deals off like that. Like off of email. I did a brand partnership with WhatsApp, like, and they emailed me off on Gmail, like, what we want you to, do some stuff with WhatsApp, and it was legit. So I had no reason to think. But ever since that happened, I'm noticing I'm getting more of these fake scams.
That's how.
I'm getting a lot of fake DMs too right now. I'm getting like a lot of DMs that's like, hey, my name is Cass, and I think you're so hot, but I didn't want to DM you from my main page because I'm a fucking idiot. So I'm going to DM you from this page, but click this link if you want to have sex with me.
Oh.
And you click it, and then you you end up on the dark web. I'm like, why are people trying to sell me fentanyl?
With all your information exposed.
Yeah, I don't want to do this. So it's a lot of scams out there.
That's the thing, man. Honestly, any kind of link or any link in a text message and a DM, I'm not clicking. In the email,
it's a lot of text message scams.
It's a lot of text message scams. Not clicking. A lot of people.
I got a lot of text messages like, hey Ben, I had such a great time seeing you last night. I can't believe we did that.
Yeah, and it's like some crazy selfie of like some Russian
Asian girl.
Yeah, we're getting different.
Yeah,
different algorithm.
Yeah.
I didn't get scammed, but it was also like, and I don't think that they realized that like you might know these people who are like their page are getting hacked. So like my homeboy had sent it was a description like, hey, I'm trying to compete for an ambassadorship with this company such and such, but you have to click the link and vote for me. That was what it was. It was like, yeah, you have to vote for me. I'm like, this nigga's a gangster. You're like no ambassador.
You're like ambassador.
What?
You're on probation. I don't even know. I don't think you could be on probation and then be an ambassador.
How computers work. And you talk about vote for me. He never voted. His votership got restricted in 98. He's a full felon.
Yeah.
Talk about vote. Like, come on, son. Like, I know these people. It's not gonna say nothing like that. Yeah, that's a fact.
That happened to me one time too with my boy. My boy was going to Dominican Republic, and he was the day he was flying, he landed in DR, and then I get a WhatsApp from him, which we used to talk on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But I get a WhatsApp from him like, he's like, I lost my wallet or whatever. Can you send me $500? And I'm like, all right, like I guess all right. And then this is a problem. They be following up. So that let me know that it's a scam. So I'm like, yo, how you lost your wallet? And it gives you like a generic answer, like, yeah, I lost my wallet. Like, how you lose your wallet? Like, yeah, I lost it. And you're like, that doesn't answer my question. So I'm like, yeah, bro, I'll send it to you. Where you want me to send it to? And he gives me like a number. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, just FaceTime me real quick. So I know it's like legit.
It's you.
And then they just block me.
Of course.
And then he hits me up on Facebook and he's like, yo, my WhatsApp got hacked.
Yep.
Like everybody, because he had hit up, like the account had hit up all our boys. Yep. So he had to like buy a new phone.
That's
WhatsApp is the wild, wild west.
It's not. As a person who
endorsed.
Oh, I forgot.
Who's endorsed by them. It's a good brand.
Yeah.
They're a good brand. They're doing good work. Everything is encrypted and it's better than iMessage.
End to end. We don't mess up the sponsorships up here. WhatsApp.
You're right. What's up, WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one time, one of my exes in high school, after we had broken up, I started dating somebody else. Ooh. And we went to different high schools, we went to different high schools, and after we had broken up or whatever, she made a fake Instagram and was impersonating this girl that was in my math class. She didn't know that they were in my math class, but she like followed me, followed a bunch of other people, obviously tried to like make it look real, and like tried to DM me like flirting and shit, and like trying to like get me to like slip up, I guess, so that she could probably send it to like my now girlfriend at the time.
What?
And yeah, it was insane. I was like,
that's a long way to go.
yeah, I know. And the reason I found out was because one of my best friends from middle school, he went to high school with that ex, and he was really close with her. And she ended up telling him, and he told me. And I was like, I kind of assumed. I was like, because I knew the girl that was in my math class. I followed her real like account. That's what kind of she fucked up. I was like, how are you going to impersonate somebody that I like already follow?
Yeah, what?
Like their real Instagram. But yeah, that was just like.
This is a side note. You just reminded me of a story. I was dating a girl who told me that it's a complicated story like that. She was dating a guy who her coworker was dating. Her coworker was dating a girl, and she was dating a guy. And the guy and the girl, they had also dated. Like they had broke up. So they broke up. It's just like a small world. Like they broke up. And it just so happens that they were dating coworkers who worked in the same field and in the same place randomly. But the coworker, wait, what was the story? No. The coworker had a girlfriend. And the girl I was dating, she dated a guy who they were now done, but the guy then started dating the coworker's girlfriend. Like randomly.
Okay.
Randomly. And the coworker knew. So the coworker hit up my friend, let's call her D. He hit up D and was asking him questions about the guy, because his girlfriend was now dating this guy. He was like heartbroken. But she thought it was so weird because he then started asking him about like his penis.
What?
Like he was asking it, like, does he have like a huge penis? And I'm like, a huge? Like, why are you asking... Like if he got a huge penis. Like,
also, if you're already dating him, find out for yourself.
No, this was the coworker was asking D, does the new guy that his girlfriend's dating have a huge penis?
Ew, what?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, and I asked, I'm like, what'd you say?
Yeah, what?
How'd you appropriately answer that? She was like, I just didn't feel comfortable. She's like, I just don't feel comfortable answering this.
I have a story similar to that I just learned about actually from one of my homegirls. It's good to have homegirls in your life because they keep giving you content for your show.
Women are good.
They're the best, honestly, the best, because of their experiences with men.
Yeah.
So my homegirl, she is an educator, right? And she works at a school. Now, this is one of those New York City schools that like, it's a school building, but each floor is technically a separate school. So they don't really interact with each other because they have their own different protocols. Mm-hmm. She was an educator. Let's say she was an educator on the 5th floor, right? Her name is Ciara. And there's another totally different school on the 4th floor, right? Mm-hmm. And then the dude, let's say his name is Sean Paul, right? He was like a gym teacher for the 5th floor, right? And then there's another floor on the 4th floor. There was another educator. Let's call her Trippy, right? So Ciara and Sean Paul, they hit it off. They started dating, and then Sean Paul just ghosted Ciara, just like ghosted out of nowhere. And Ciara's like, "Hey, like, what's going on? I thought we had a good time. We had hit it off. This, that, and the third." Ghost. So then Ciara finds out about Brittany. Brittany's on the 4th floor. She's another teacher, and like they don't interact. But one random day they see each other, and Ciara sees Sean Paul with Brittany like holding hands. And it's just like, hold on, like what's going on here? Like what's this, that, and the third? So then Sean Paul ghosts Brittany.
What?
Ciara and Brittany, they become friends, and they find out that they were dating the same guy at the same time. And then on top of that, the guy was married.
What?
So not only was he married, he had 2 side chicks in the same building. It's like,
this is one of those guys we were talking about earlier.
In the last episode, where it's just like, bro, you're married. Like married.
Why do you guys think they can get away with that?
But married with kids.
Women do it too, though. Everybody does it.
Married with kids, and you're dating. You have 2 girlfriends in the same building. Like, what's up with you, bro?
Yeah,
you're crazy.
That's nuts.
That's nuts. Like, what kind of?
And a ghost is nuts. So like, we work together.
I see you.
Yeah.
I think a lot of men rely on the fact that if let's say hypothetically I was married and having an affair, and I would imagine that if you found out that I had a wife, you wouldn't want to tell my wife because that's embarrassing for you too. Like you like they imagine most women are like that. Most women are like, this is so embarrassing. Like, I don't even want to make it seem like I got fooled by this like idiot. And none of them say nothing. That's like a lot of times.
I think it's so situational.
But I think most times it's this. Like most women, if you find out that the guy's cheating, most women are not hitting up the girl. They're just like, screw him. Like I'm not doing
Yeah, I'm out.
I don't know. I that's true, but there's also that woman to woman caveat.
That is, but also I
is-
don't even think that's a good path though, because 9 out of 10 times you're gonna go to her woman to woman and she's gonna be like, get the fuck out of my face.
My face, exactly. But they still
You
have
just a
that
side
button.
hoe.
They
He's
have,
just, you just some side hoe. Like coming to his wife, like she's not gonna side with you.
they have that button. Where it's
I know
just
they
like,
do. They
it's-
do. They
it's-
do this.
Woo, woo.
They do this. But a lot of times, she's his wife. You're just a side hoe.
God.
In that story, that's not who you are. But to him, that's who you are.
Yeah.
And that's how the wife is gonna see it.
That's how the wife is gonna see it a lot of times.
She's gonna be mad, but it's gonna be like, well,
Yeah. We got another call.
We do.
Hey, Adulthood. Long time, first time. Have a question for you. Could really use some advice.
Long time, first time.
So, I have a roommate. We've been living together a long time. Everything's been super chill. But this roommate has a new partner and super happy. Definitely the right kind of person for them. Really happy to see them be together. But we have a problem. This partner of theirs, they're literally always here. I come home from work. He's on the couch watching TV.
He on your
Got his stuff everywhere. Wake up in the morning. He's in the shower when I'm trying to get ready. It's like
That's tough.
I think he's here almost more than either me or my roommate are. And I love the guy, and I don't know how to say that maybe this is being a little too much. I feel I don't have as much personal space anymore. But, you know, both my roommate and his boyfriend are pretty sensitive people. I don't want to hurt any feelings, but if you have any advice how to broach this topic, I don't want to get rid of the dude. Just like, I need my space, or
Yeah.
maybe pay some rent or something. I have no idea.
Yeah.
So appreciate the help, guys. Big fan. Keep doing what you're doing.
Now, just so I get the story straight, his roommate is a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a gay.
It's a gay couple.
Yeah.
First of all, I think it's probably better that they're gay because they're cleaner people, the gays. So that's nice that you could have like a neat apartment because you have two gay men cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
But for him, he got a roommate and now he's in like a gay brothel.
A trouble.
basically. Yeah.
He's
like
in trouble.
which he didn't sign up for.
Not at all.
I feel for him. He's not in an easy position.
He signed for the lease, not for the trouble.
You have to, this is one of those things where there's no trick to this. You gotta sit the person down and be like, listen, we live in New York City, you know, rent is $30,000 a month. And I'd like it when I come home if I signed up to have one roommate, not two. Now, I don't mind that you have your gay boyfriend. You don't have to say gay. You could just say your boyfriend, right? To cut through. Your boyfriend's just here every time, showering and on my couch when I'm trying to like relax. Is there a way that we can limit the amount of time? Or I wouldn't ask him to pay rent because if you ask him to pay rent, he's just gonna move in. And then you're just gonna have another roommate.
And you can't do that. Yeah.
Personal space has no orientation.
No.
Gay, straight, whatever, however you fall on the spectrum, the Adulthood podcast, we love you all, but personal space is very black. Personal space is binary. And I'm here, I'm with you, bro. Honestly, you got to have that tough conversation of, look, like you said, I signed for the lease. I didn't sign for this extra stuff.
It's gonna make it a little awkward, but you gotta deal with it.
You got it.
You know what else is awkward? You coming home from work and you have this gay man who probably got a 6-pack.
All on your couch.
On your couch,
All on your
shirtless
couch.
in his boxers,
And you just
doing
want to
gay shit.
And you want to eat
And
your
by gay shit, I mean like watching, I don't know,
something.
Tyra.
And you want to eat your donuts in peace, and you know what I'm saying? Have a good night.
Tyra's not on anymore.
It's reruns.
I used to watch Tyra. That was a good show.
Shout out. TB.
I used to watch that in college.
But like, I've been in those situations where it's just like, you know, you have to have that hard roommate conversation of, hey, look, like, you know, I love that you're in a relationship and love whatever y'all got going on, but this is not what I signed up for. Either they have to go, or like you have to go and I have to find a new roommate because I didn't sign up for 2 extra people living with 2 other people.
Yeah.
And
That's
like,
a heavy one.
Yeah, that's a real heavy one.
This is one of those conversations. This is like telling your partner that you have herpes.
Basically.
There's no easy way around it.
Pull the bandit off.
You just got to sit them down and show them.
Yeah, and no Cheesecake
Yeah,
Factory.
that
You
you
gotta
mean
have to.
business.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to have the hard conversation.
I've had to do this before too when I just like my roommate, her boyfriend was just never not at my apartment.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not that I don't love Spencer. I don't love anybody that much.
Yeah.
Like, I think also giving windows of when your day is happening. Like, I go to work at this time.
Yeah.
He's not in the shower from 8:30 to 9:30. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's a big deal.
also the question is always in my head. I'm like, why are you guys not splitting time at his
His
apartment?
place.
Is he homeless? Like, why is he here so much?
Yeah. Also, I feel like they gotta be. What do you think as adults? You can't. I feel like his because he said he likes them both. He's
Yeah.
good friends with them
Yeah.
both. But I'm like, that's a little inconsiderate because if I have a roommate, I can't have a roommate and have a girl and just have you in the house the whole
And-
time. I mean, I guess there's in a world we could be like the 3 amigos, I guess. But most people, you gotta have respect, like you know.
To add to that point, as the boyfriend, you should be like, yo, I think I'm over here a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Right? Like you should have like your own like self-awareness, like, hey, like, yeah, your roommate's cool, but like again, like you said, your rent is expensive. I can't be here all of the time. Like your place is great, but like, cause I've been in that situation where I was dating a girl, she had roommates, but like when I would come, I'm the type of person where I would never want to be like, oh damn, it's him again, right? Or it's them again. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be a celebration when I pull up, and it has to be like limit. Like I'm into mystery. Oh, when did like I only saw you once this whole month? Like
Yeah,
what? You
let me
guys aren't?
miss you.
Yeah. But to be like, damn, you're on the couch again. You're in the fridge again. Like no.
I also
like,
would not be comfortable. Like if I was dating a girl who had a roommate, I would never be comfortable
in the
in the shower while the roommate got a shower. Like some people just have they have nothing that tells them like, hey, you shouldn't do this.
do this.
Yeah, if I'm ever at somebody's house when I don't live there, I'm moving in silence.
cat.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like even if I've been with that person for a
For a
while,
long time.
like this is
If you're
not-
ever what? Would you say if you're ever
like if I'm ever like staying at someone's house a lot to the point where I'm a regular, like I'm never fully comfortable there.
I've never like I could count probably on 2 hands the amount of times I haven't like I stayed at somebody.
Somebody else.
Wow.
Yeah.
And like probably like 6 of them, it was out of town.
Mm.
Like I was
You needed a place to sleep that.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
out of town. I was
gotcha.
staying at their house out of town.
Yeah.
I was not like 6 out of 10 of them.
Yeah.
So in town, like in my city,
No.
I don't think I stayed over a house more than 4 times.
I'll make it
Yeah.
home.
If
Wow.
that.
Yeah. I'll definitely
that.
make it home.
The last thought I had on this was I also think a great play in this case is make it about you and like your mental health. Like when I get home from work, I've been talking to people all day
All day.
long. I don't want to be in conversation with you or your man's for like I don't want to talk to anybody. I need 2 or 3 hours to reset so we can get drinks later or whatever.
And
Or if you want to be petty, you can pack the court. This is a thing you do. This is what the Democrats wanted to do when they couldn't get the Supreme Court. You just add more judges to the court so it gets too crowded. He should get a girl or a man, I don't know if he's gay or not, and have them at the house all the time.
That's
Yeah.
Now it's a party.
it's a big
and have
party.
the person stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can clearly see that we don't all fit here.
But it leads to a bigger conversation too of, you know what? Like, do you start thinking about like, all right, you know, I'm gonna move out. Like that's how I would do it too, where it's just like, you know what?
Well, if you're gonna move out, then you don't have to have a conversation.
No, you
Right.
definitely do because
Yeah.
you're a roommate, right? So it's just like you.
I'm saying you don't gotta tell them to stop because you're just gonna move out.
Oh, okay, but you gotta at least let them know, like, hey, like this is what I'm thinking. Like, this is you give them options. Like, either y'all figure out your situation where he's not here all of the time, or I'm gonna move out so you can start looking for a new roommate. So
Yeah.
y'all move in together.
I mean, yeah, giving them the ultimatum though is sometimes like you're kind of screwing yourself over. Because what if they just like, all right, cool, I'll just have him move in, and
then
then
I'm
Yeah,
out.
what if it's like a really good apartment that
Yeah.
you don't want to give up?
Yeah, that's the
I
tricky
think you
part.
should. If I had to set a number on it, I think if you have roommates, because some people's like, all right, they might have a roommate and they might have their partner over, but the partner is locked in the room, like hidden, like you know, just not out. You don't see them in the hallways. You don't see them in the bathroom. You don't see them in the kitchen. They're locked in the room, like Anne Frank.
damn.
That's the equivalence, like hidden away. And those people are nice because you don't notice it. But if you're gonna be in the living room in your boxers on the couch eating Funyuns,
Ho-hos, Twinkies,
yeah, I'm gonna notice that.
easily. Clipping your nails.
I say no more than 3 times a week. 3 is the max, and that's a lot.
And 3's a lot.
3's a lot.
3 is a lot.
3 is a lot.
And Carmelita, like you were saying about the mental health space of, yo, I know what it's like to work all day, and I don't even want to go. Like, you don't want to be in your room either. You want to just sit on the couch
and
and
say
not
nothing.
talk to nobody.
And also, I think this is something that's true. Also, sometimes you just want to hang out with your roommate. What about those times?
Literally.
I had a roommate in college. You had a girl. Sometimes we just want to hang out, but the girl and it's not. I love the girl too, but it's like sometimes I want to hang out with boys. Like, you know, just like you talk differently. You could do different things.
Yeah.
And then if the partner's always there, it's like, well, this is kind of
You got to muffle yourself in your own space that you're paying rent for.
Yeah.
I
crazy.
always see the way I am, like on the podcast. Like I've always joked freely. Like I've always said things.
That's a t-shirt.
Joking freely. So a lot of times I remember growing up, my friends' girls used to think I was like a menace, but I wasn't. I was just joking freely. Their man was a menace, but I had to pretend like I was the menace because I make a joke.
Yeah. And then the thing is too, they don't understand your sense of humor, right? They only see you in like sprinkled pockets. They don't get like you unfiltered, so they don't know. Joking freely, coming soon. That's a t-shirt. Is your temperament.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got it. They would laugh, but I think later on that night they would be like,
"Don't hang out with." What did he mean by that?
When he said that you fuck all the bitches?
Mm-hmm. Like, what bitches was he talking about?
Yeah, I was like, it was a joke. He's joking. He does comedy.
Yeah. That's such a But long story short, have the conversation. Have that adult conversation.
Thank you.
Brought to you by the Adulthood podcast.
Thank you.
You got something on?
Ian Lara for president.
No, I was just thinking that was funny when you said about your homie just taking it too far. I just saw a meme. It was like when you're doing a 2-man with your homie, but he's like taking it a little too serious, and he's like starts telling the other girls that you're like a freak.
I
And
saw
it's
that
like-
too. I saw
I did that.
Seriously?
That's my
That probably is your bit.
that's my meme. No, I just posted this like a couple days ago.
Oh, dead ass. Wait.
Oh yeah, that was you. That was
you
you.
guys were
Wait.
trolling me.
Oh, yeah, that was
I was
you.
like, I just saw that too. Where I just
I posted this 2
that's
days
hilarious.
ago.
I thought
You're
this was a Detroiters clip.
No,
Okay,
you're
never
right.
mind.
You're right.
Me.
Yeah, I
That
thought
was
you guys
you.
were trolling.
Yeah.
No, that
Wait,
was you. You're
no,
right.
dead ass. It was you.
That's
I was like, where did I see
yeah.
that?
I did the Dr. Umar.
You know why? It's because you were filming from like down here. So I like didn't, and I saw it on your story. You reposted it on your story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was me. You know, I feel like
That's
we
funny.
never had a guy guest on the podcast. If I could have a guy guest, it would be Dr.
Dr. Umar, that would be hilarious.
That would be the number
That would
one
be
guest.
great.
I think that's probably the only guy.
My thing is,
Okay.
he can't be yelling at me, bro. I'm a grown man. I pay taxes. When you start yelling and stuff, it's just like, I shut down.
It's all
Yeah.
content, man. It's good content.
Oh, man.
we do it for content.
But I'd love to sit down and talk with him.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
for sure.
content.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
It's great.
Yeah.
We gotta get some. We'll get some guests. We'll get some guests in this year.
Yeah.
Some people that could some funny ladies. that
We
can contribute.
got to bring big space facts back, though.
Oh yeah, we gotta start
We
doing.
gotta
I
bring
thought
that
about that.
back.
We gotta start doing the
Yeah.
space facts again.
So astrology and big space facts. Can I
Yeah.
ask one more advice question?
Of course. That's what we're here for.
Okay, my last question is I've been in the gym myself, and I will obviously thank you, shout out Blink Fitness, and they give you like a free personal training session every year or something. It's like 30 minutes. It's obviously a way to like
Really,
get you on the hook. And I initially liked this trainer, so I was like, yeah, I'll sign up for a few sessions. I always would love
You like
to
them
know-
as a trainer or sexually?
No, not sexually.
As a
As a
trainer.
trainer.
As a trainer with respect to him. But fully as a trainer in the way that I'm like, I'll always learn how to use a new machine. That's like knowledge I can like take for the rest of my life. He has gotten too invested in my personal life. Like he like he has a fitness Instagram. So he's like, follow me, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no problem. Now we have like a social media relationship. He is swiping up on my stories of me and my friends saying, looks like dinner was fun tonight. And he's like,
Saying stuff like that?
yeah, and he's not hitting on me like he's married with a kid. He's just like a socially awkward person. And I'm like, how do I? And then we'll go into the
Got a
training session.
sprinkle of the tism.
Certainly. And for like
On
the
the
first
bench.
10 minutes of our session, he's like, ask me what books I've read. And like, it's just this weird, like, I don't know if he thinks he's
Dynamic.
my dad or I'm like, I pay you for 30 minutes a week and you got to clock out. Like, what the fuck do like, how do I don't want to be mean because he doesn't mean it in a bad way.
You
but
can't. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
This is, I mean,
This
this is similar to the question that you had before because the caller was asking, how do I say this without being mean? It's impossible. It's just, you can't.
You have to peel the Band-Aid off.
You gotta-
It's a great
it's a
question.
Band-Aid.
This is a great question.
Just getting a trainer.
I mean, you got to move gyms, leave the city.
it's to the point
Find
where
a
I'll
new
be at the
city.
gym and he'll be there working but not training me. And
Yeah.
I'll be running on the treadmill and he'll come over and start up a convo. I'm like,
combo.
no.
Why are you on the treadmill? That's
Yes.
not a good trainer. Why would you think this guy was a good trainer? Like you said, you liked him as a trainer. That seems like a terrible trainer.
He
Because
just
the
seemed like a
workout-
good teacher at first.
And the
Like,
workout, the workout was good.
But
Yeah.
she's on the treadmill and he's asking her what book she read.
Yeah.
literally.
That sounds
That's
terrible.
that's so difficult, especially like because they did help, right? They helped with the workout, or
Yeah. And
it's stopped.
I know. It's the swiping up on the stories from my life, like, or I'll be like
Mm.
fucked up and like post a song from Spotify because I'm obviously in the demographic who does that. And awesome, just listened.
I got a friend. She told me she hooked up with her trainer at the gym. I'm like, that's crazy.
Wow.
So these people be having these hookup stories.
That's
I'm like,
hot.
I don't
Wow.
even know how you do this.
Wow.
I'm like, was it pre-workout or after? 'Cause
Yeah.
Did you work up a sweat? What was the vibe?
That's
I've been
gross.
attracted to a personal trainer before, and I would have hooked up with him if he made
In the
it.
gym,
In the
though?
gym.
Gym is crazy.
In the gym is crazy.
That's wild. I mean,
Even
How
the
nice is
family
the gym?
restroom.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's very wild.
Yeah.
My question is, you bring up a good point too of platonic relationships though. Because what if he just has like, I mean, it's weird because he was a trainer, but what if he has just like intentions of like, oh, this is my friend. Like, I like the song. Cause then is it like,
It's so weird.
It's still weird.
Yeah.
But like, if he wasn't weird, would it be like, hey, like, I'll send you my playlist, right? Like, how do you teeter that line?
Nah, it's still weird. She doesn't. You want no parts of this.
You're over it.
I wouldn't be against, like, if I post a comedy video or something, like, obviously you could swipe up
So
and
there's a
say,
line.
loved that or something. But again, this is just like, his input is crazy behavior. I'm like, I would never do this with someone who I met at the fucking
Gym. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be swiping up on stories, that just seems way too intimate for a trainer.
That's, and
What
again,
does
it's
swiping up
nothing
on the story
weird.
mean?
Like, you comment on the story and be
That's
like,
what you- oh, okay.
loved that or awesome.
I'm
pet.
35.
It's like a
Look
Facebook.
like somebody's gonna need the gym tomorrow when you're
Uh-huh.
like cooking dinner.
Okay. Yeah. Sign up for extra session.
Yeah, I'm gonna sign you up for 2 extra sessions this week.
Does he have other clients?
Yeah. I mean, he's been working at the gym for years, apparently.
So he's definitely autistic on the spectrum.
I think it's certainly giving off the beaten path. I'm no doctor, but yeah, I just don't know how to get out of it because I'm like, this gym is so close to my house, and if I
think you just ghost him. I mean, I'm not pro ghosting, but a lot of people don't want to have these real conversations. So I think you should just when he does the stories, when he comments on the stories, give him a LOL.
yeah, sometimes I'm just not even responding at this point because I'm like,
Yeah,
there's
so you're
nothing
ready.
to say.
You're ready. You got 1 foot out.
Yeah. You're out the door.
Yeah.
What do you say to awesome pick? That's like, there's no response to that.
You just like it.
Yeah, thanks, man. No.
What was the pick?
Me
Was
and
it
my
awesome?
friends looking. I thought I looked awesome.
All right. Well, I mean, it's just a compliment. You say thank you, I guess, but
You-
I get it. You're in a weird position.
You're
There's
in a
no
weird
way. There's no
position.
way for you to get
You're
out
in
of
a
it.
Yeah,
Oof.
no
Yeah.
matter
A little bit mean.
Yeah.
You have to be a little bit mean.
for a little bit of
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes.
All right, we got to wrap this up. Thank you guys for listening. Volume 92. Please continue to send in your calls. As you see, we're getting more into the business of self-help and helping people solve their life issues. So give us a call, leave a voicemail, let us know what you're dealing with this week, and we'll help you out next week. Thank you guys for listening. Adulthood Pod. Peace.
Peace.